program manager at Contractor Academy, you can check our program that is starting next week called Mastering Generative AI. Here we are going to teach you how to do agents, how to work with LLMs, and in general with all this awesome technology, which is generative AI. Today, so it will be the last day to apply. We have 7 lectures. We did our first lecture the previous week. I'm going to share with you the link of this slide, where you are going to have the link of the previous slide. And today we are focusing on developing effective prompts for AI models. And so we are going to continue until the 25th. So let's do a quick recap of what was the last lecture about. So we saw that generative AI LLMs, they are basically neural networks, and the big problem out there is that even the people that work with them, they don't know what's happening inside. So we have no control about what's happening inside these neurons inside the network. But we saw one thing, which the prompt quality really increase the performance, the accuracy, and the response on the model. So that's why prompt is very important. So let's start with today's lecture then. Ready, set, go. Okay, so if you go online and check prompting engineering, you will find like the 10 best prompts. So you will have something like brainstorm and generate ebook ideas, and the prompt would be like, I'd like to pen an ebook about marketing strategies for whatever business name. Could you suggest a chapter themes? Here, I'm not teaching you this, right? This is normal human language. So here you're just asking something. So compare and contrast concept 1 and concept 2 to better understand their similarity and differences. I'm not going to teach you this. You can try yourself. You can talk to an LLM whenever you want and try the best thing that works for you, but you just use your language, right? And technique like learn from mistakes. I made a mistake while doing the skill. Can you explain what went wrong and how can I avoid the same mistake in the future? We're not going to do all of this. I want you really to understand how an LLM works, and we're going to see more advanced techniques, not just writing. There is one very nice technique. So Sam Altman, if you don't know who he is the CEO of OpenAI, so the company of ChatGPT. And the last year he wrote this tweet, or I don't know, this X post. So he said, writing a really good prompt for a chatbot persona is an amazing high leverage skill and early example of programming in a little bit of natural language. So today we are going to see what is persona, what does it mean, and so what is this skill Sam is talking about. So I want you to I want to show you a great example of prompting. And to do so, we are going to see not the last in the class, but we are going to see the NASA. So what NASA is doing. NASA basically they created GPT model that I'm going to show you right now. So let's go on their GitHub. GitHub, for the ones that doesn't know, is a platform where you have a lot of code programmers, data scientists, and yeah, everyone that like write code have a profile on GitHub. And so this is a public repository, and here we can see that NASA they created a GPT-4 based chatbot that is instructed to help scientists and engineers understand and learn from the emulate strategy from living things to create sustainable designs and technology. And uh, how they did that? So they took um, a GPT model. So the base one you can find going on ChatGPT. And what they did, they just wrote a prompt. So today we are talking about LLMs, how we want an LLM to behave and to perform as we want. So this is persona. So it means I'm saying to LLM, you are Baidara, a biomimetic designer and research assistant, and a leading expert in biomimicry, etc., etc. So you see here how huge this prompt is. So I'm not just saying, okay, you are research assistant and help the researcher at NASA, right? So I'm giving very detailed instructions here, and as you see, it's huge. It's very long, and it goes also a lot on the right. You see, so I can just with prompting, I can decide and I can structure an LLM to perform as I want. And if I want, for example, during um, the last lecture, I told you that we are going to use Playground. So if I, for example, I go on Playground, or let's say I just go on ChatGPT, right? And I'm going to, sorry. And then here I'm going to, I just copied, right? I just clicked this link here that it copied everything and putting it in ChatGPT and then just sending it. Automatically is going to act as this assistant. So you see, is automatically is giving me an answer here, but then in the next prompt in the next chat, it will behave as I asked. And looking at this example and reading an article, it gave me idea. I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we saw an example, and I saw this article of the impact of AI on computer science education. As a computer science alumni, also, I was wondering like how is impacting now having ChatGPT in the education, right, in the academy, and it's really interesting. I can let you read this article, but basically what they are saying. So this is MIT. They are saying that the students that use AI will perform better and they perform faster than the ones that they just use Google. But on the long run, they are understanding less. So they have a better performance on the short term, but on the long term, they they mm, they they will perform worse than the ones that just use Google. And then I wonder, I'm managing also the data science course at Constructor, and then I thought, okay, what it would be nice to have an assistant that doesn't just give the answer, because that's the problem here, right? So the AI, you ask for a question, the AI will just give you the answer, and so you are not learning. So I said, okay, I would like to create an assistant that is really like a teacher assistant that doesn't just give you the answer, but it makes you think. And so I created Alex. We are going to see Alex right now and to see how it performs, right? Okay. So this link, you will be able to see this. So I created a system prompt. So the instruction to my assistant AI, and I'm saying, as we said before, persona. So I'm saying to the model, you are Alex, a patient and knowledgeable data science teaching assistant. Your goal is to get students to learn how to code, understand statistics, implement MLOps practices. Instead of providing direct answer or writing code for them, you lead them through the problem solving process. So you ask questions, you encourage them, you break down complex concepts, provide hints. And then I'm doing something that is called negative prompting. So I'm saying it, do not provide direct answer. Do not give away the final answer. Do not write code snippets or exact comments. And then maintain a supportive, encouraging tone, and I'm giving them some examples. This is an advanced technique. It's called few shot learning. So the model will learn about only these few examples. So I'm giving some examples. The student is asking, I'm not sure how to handle missing values in my data set. And Alex is not just giving the answer, you see, is providing some questions. Okay, but let's try it. So yesterday, my students, they had an exercise about doing some predictions on pirate attacks. And so this is the text that we have on our constructor platform. So compare the performance of k-nearest neighbor, naive Bayes, SVM, and random forest. These are models. And then like clean and pre-process the data, how to handle the date, etc. Run all four models and tune the models to identify the best performing one. And then if I run it, so here I'm asking, give me the code and structure to solve the exercise. So I'm just asking, I don't want to understand, just give me the answer, right? Okay, so the model is answering me. And let's see what it said. Okay, sounds like a very interesting exercise. So it's just telling me clean and pre-process the data. Do this, do that. And let's see, for example, if I'm going to, so it's giving me question. Is trying to give me hints, is trying to help me really understand the process. If I'm going to compare it to another one that is not prompted, so as a system instructor, in instructions, I will just say, you are a helpful assistant. And I will ask the same question. Here you see, when I see Python, is writing me the code, is writing me the solution directly. So we instructed a model just with prompting on how to perform. I really suggest you can go check this TA, and so again, you can go on the OpenAI platform and play with that. Before we wrap up and you leave for work, I just want to show you a quick example, and also I want you to also to be clear, to use the playground, you will need to add a credit card. Okay, it's not for free. You can use ChatGPT, but on here on the playground, we will have more settings. We can play around better. So you can really add a card, and it will cost a few cents per month. Really, is not that that expensive. You don't need a credit card. Also, a debit card works also. Okay, so let's see a quick example before we wrap up for networking and questions. So I am here in the basic assistant, and I want you to understand how the LLM thinks. So I will do a math test. I will ask him to generate two prime numbers greater than 100, A and B. Calculate A times B equals C, and the response must be provided in this order and cannot have any additional text. So I will have C, B, and A. Okay. Okay. Good. So it gave me something. Now let's see if it's right, right? So I will just open my calculator. I think you don't see my calculator. I think yes. Okay. Okay, so 107 times 103. You see that it was not far, but it was wrong. LLMs, they are not good at providing like really precise answer in this case. Why? Why is that? Because the model is thinking at the same time it writes. So when it writes C, he will not know what it will write for B and will not know what will write for A. So it's very hard to think like this. Okay. So to fix that, I will just invert here. So we'll just do A, B, and C. And it's giving me 101, 103, and then 10,403. It's correct. So you see how the model performs just changing the prompt. How interesting is that? Okay, so before we go to the Q&A, remember that today is the last day to apply for our Mastering Generative AI course. With this code, you will have 25% off for your application. So, and we are starting the 24th of September. If there are any questions, well, first let me share my my slides, and then I'm going to share with you a link where we can move everyone if you want to do some networking, if you want to talk to us openly, because here on the webinar is not possible. So you have a Q&A, or you can